Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the TV, the show. It's been a long day. I just finished a training. If you were watching on Facebook, you saw that I had a quick little tutorial that I was showing. So I wanted to pop back on here and say hello. And I wanted to address the question of why Facebook Live and why it's important for you as the business owner to start embracing it, because that's something that I talk about all the time. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, you know that that's what Ed talks about, right? That's me, Ed Troxel. And that's what I talk about is Facebook Live and just how powerful it is, both for you personally as well as professionally. It's a game changer for your business. And you hear that a lot and you hear go live. But what does that really mean? Like, let's break that down. So that's what I wanted to answer here, and also to introduce you to my new coaching program. So Coaches Go Live, where I actually teach you from A to Z how to go live, but not just how to go live. We work on your mindset as well as planning your first season. That's what I call the first 10 episodes of your live show, just like this. And then I also show you how to implement the tech and really be able to be ready to go live. And then once you're live, you're doing your thing. That's your part, right? But then what happens afterwards? And that's what I also show you inside of Coaches Go Live is how to actually, and here we go. This is what happens when you're live. You get something in your eye and you just keep moving forward. So then I show you what to do with your information, your video, after the fact. So really helping you from the before, during, and after, all inside of my new program, Coaches Go Live. So I'm super excited, and I'm so glad I have some of you already jumping in that and starting to really send over those awesome testimonials. So I'm super excited about that. But for today, let's start with why Facebook Live. So you're watching me on Facebook, maybe on YouTube, maybe on my blog, but at the end of the day, we start with Facebook Live. And the reason we do that is because Facebook's still the #1 platform. Now, if you've taken any of my trainings before, you know that I talk about this all the time. Facebook's still #1. It's still the top social network site. And it's where you, as a small business owner, coach, consultant, brick and mortar, entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, like whatever you classify yourself as, you're a small business owner in my eyes. You want to make sure that you have a Facebook business page. Super, super important. And once you get that box checked, it's super important to actually use it, right? It's one thing to say you have it. It's a whole nother thing to say you're using it. And using it at this point at this stage in the game is literally just using it as often as you can, ideally once a week. If you can do more, great. But just posting on your Facebook page just to get your feet wet, right? And then from there, you want to start embracing live broadcasting. That's right. You grab this guy and you start to go live. And you really want to be able to use live broadcasting because, here's why, is because Facebook wants you to. We have to step back for a second and we have to understand that we're renting space for free, for the most part, for free here on Facebook. And in exchange, Facebook allows us to post our content, share it with others, and have the option to pay ads and things like that, right? But if we stop and look at what does Facebook really want from us and how are they going to give us a little extra love? Well, it's through Facebook Live. So when you go live, you're basically saying, hey, Facebook, take a look. Look at me. Look at me. I'm giving you what you want. So, hey, show me a little extra love today. Show my post, my video, to a few extra people. We call that organic reach. So we want to make sure that we give Facebook what they want. In exchange, they're going to show us some love. Now, don't get crazy and expect that Facebook's going to love you like, Aunt Sally, who's hugging and kissing and holding you tight. That's probably not going to happen. If it does, great. But let's not expect that out of the gate. So what we want to expect is us to show up, deliver, and engage here on Facebook. across the board online, but we're talking about Facebook. And what we want to make sure we're doing is we're using live broadcasting to help us reach more people organically. You can always throw money at it later if you want, but you want to start with the organic part. And when you start going live, you're telling Facebook, look at me, I'm giving you what you want. Please show me some love in return. And then Facebook says, hey, this person's doing what we want. They're getting more eyeballs on their content, which means they're keeping people on the network, which is Facebook. So let's give them a little extra love. It's like dangling that carrot in front of us every time, right? So we need to make sure that we're paying attention to where we're showing up and what is required from that platform. And in this case, Facebook wants you to go live. And I'm going to throw some statistics out there because it's super important to know the bigger picture, right? Not just from me telling you, but let's go over some statistics. So this is just in general, and then we're going to get into some more video stats. But in general, what consumers actually prefer is this. 73% of consumers want to see posts about discounts or sales. Now, again, this is not video yet. We're just talking about in general. 60% want to see posts that showcase new products or services. Keyword there is showcase. We'll talk about that. And then 59% want to see posts that teach them something. Hence why Facebook Live and YouTube are super popular, because the videos that we post are what? Teaching you something, just like we're doing right now. So then if we look at live statistics, here are some statistics around live. When you go live, 82% of people prefer live video. 82%. 80% of social media users would rather watch a live video versus a pre-recorded. So for those who are asking, well, why can't I just upload a pre-recorded video? Isn't that the same? No. A pre-recorded video is just going to be a video that you upload to Facebook servers. Facebook's like, great, I'm just going to post that. But if you go live, which means you're in real time, just like I am right now, if you're watching me on the replay, well, you missed out on the live. But when you go live, you're signaling, you're giving that bat signal out to the world, and in this case, Facebook, saying, look at me. I'm giving you what you want. I'm going live. I am here for the world. Let's pray nothing happens and nothing embarrassing goes down, and here we go, right? So that's the live feature. That's why it's important to go live, not just to say, well, I did video. It was just pre-recorded. That's not what we want. We want live broadcasting. One, to give Facebook what they want. Two, we want to be able to engage with our audience. So when you start dropping comments, I can actually start engaging with you during the live broadcast. You can give me real-time feedback if I'm showcasing something, right? Things like that. Also, know this. Users spend three times as much, users spend, see, I got caught up with all of this. Users spend 3 times as much time watching a Facebook Live video than a standard pre-recorded video. So really understand the power of going live. Here's some more statistics because it's super important that we wrap our head around this. 84% of people say they've been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a brand's video. Now, if we go back to what I was talking about right at the beginning, we talked about showcasing. That was a key word, right? Showcasing. So when we look at this statistic, 84% of people say they've been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a brand's video. Super, super important, right? That is why you want to showcase a product. Maybe you make phone cases. Maybe you have your own water bottles. In my case, I have Coaches Go Live, so it's a service. So how am I going to showcase that? I'm going to tell you about it. Inside of Coaches Go Live, I actually teach you from A to Z how to go live. Not only how to hit that go live button, because that can be the easy part, but how to get in the right mindset, how to create your content, how to learn the tech, not just telling you the tech, but actually showing you how to use the tech. And then what to do with your content afterwards, right? And all of that is combined with me being that accountability that you need to stay on point and to get everything done. Because we're all about making sure that you not only learn, but that you implement and that you keep moving forward. So that's how I can showcase the program, right? That's how I showcase Coaches Go Live. It's a service, but I can explain it to you. I could even get out the whiteboard and start drawing things, right? So understand that it works for both service-based and if you have actual physical products. 93% of brands got a new customer because of a video on social media. This is why you're here. This is why you're watching me. This is why you're going to see me on the replay if you catch me later. And you're going to be thinking about this. You're going to be thinking of other videos maybe. Maybe something I said here sparks your interest and makes you want to go watch some of my other videos. Go check out things that I've shared before, right? So understand that video, specifically Facebook Live, is so powerful because you connect with your audience in a different way. You're providing real-time information. As you saw at the beginning, I had something that came in my eye. I had to pause for a minute and I had to clean it out of my eye. Is that ideal? No, but it's relatable, right? Because now when you go to try to do a live, you can think, okay, Ed wasn't perfect. I don't have to be perfect. I just need to show up and deliver. And then when people start jumping in, I engage. Simple as that, right? So really understand the power of video and the power of using Facebook Live video here on social media. And for those who are thinking, okay, but Facebook's not really my jam. I'm more of Instagram or YouTube or whatever. That's okay. It doesn't have to be your jam. Again, we have to step back and we have to think about the bigger picture here. And this is what I teach you inside of Coaches Go Live, is what's the bigger picture here? How can we create a simpler marketing strategy for you and really break those things down so that you can get things checked off your list, that you do have enough time to not only do what you need to, but then have some extra time to be able to check other things off the list. So really think about that. Welcome, Mickey. So glad to see you. I'm glad that the stats help. And Mickey knows she's been going live, implementing some of the trainings that I've had as well, which has been awesome. I love seeing Mickey show up in the news feeds, both on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, I'm pretty sure, and on LinkedIn. So that's the beauty of all of this stuff when you use live video. Plus, as you can see, if you're watching me, you can see how energized I am about this, how I love this, and I love teaching it, right? You can feel the energy, you can hear the energy, you can see the energy. You can't get this with just a post or just audio or pre-recorded, because you might be able to with pre-recorded, but again, you're not giving the platform what it wants, therefore you're not going to get rewarded the same. So you really have to understand, the bigger picture. Just to give you guys some, plant the seed for some other ideas around videos, the most commonly created types of videos are explainer videos, which are about 72% around explainer videos, followed by presentation videos, similar to this, 49%, and then testimonial videos at 48%. How awesome, stick with me, how awesome would this be if you went live with somebody who is a customer, who's a client, and you talked about the program, the product live. Again, and we've done this before on our show here, but it's all about bringing things together, simplifying that process, and making your life easier with simpler technology solutions. And then sales videos came in at 42% and video ads at 42%. Those were from HubSpot. Understand that you can combine a lot of that stuff into one video here. Not to mention repurposing later, which I also teach you inside of Coaches Go Live, FYI. So to kind of wrap this up, why is Facebook Live important? It's important because you're giving the network what it wants. In exchange, you're going to get a little extra love. You're going to be able to then also connect with your audience on a whole nother level, a more personal level. You're going to be able to get real-time feedback and be able to engage with them both during the live and after the broadcast. You're going to also be able to use live video to showcase a product or service versus just typing it out somewhere. You're also going to be able to take some of these statistics and run with them. For instance, 84% of people said they're more convinced to buy, they've been convinced, to buy a product or service by watching a brand's video. The more you show up on live video, the more you're going to populate in other people's feeds, the more interest you're going to spark. And again, you're going to grow your audience. That's how I've done it. And that's how I've been around since the beginning, is from live broadcasting. I started back on Periscope before jumping into Facebook Live, because Facebook Live wasn't a thing at the beginning. And now we're here, and we've been here. To give you also kind of just a little extra here, what do people want to know? This is the thing, because you're thinking, okay, cool, like I get it, I need to go live, awesome. Okay, I kind of know how to do that, or I can Google it and I can figure it out. Maybe you're like, well, actually, Ed, that Coaches Go Live does sound more up my style. Can we talk? Yes, there's a link in the description. Let's book a call. It's free. Let's just chat. If it's not right for you, I'll tell you, and I'll point you into the other resources that I have. Trust me, I got resources. I got you covered. But maybe you're also curious, like, what do people really want to know when you're on these videos, when you're doing things? Well, rewatch this to kind of get an idea and ask yourself that same question when you're watching my replay. But also think about this. People want to know, who are you? What do you do? How can they buy from you? And what are you selling? Like, those are just a few things. There's so many more examples that we can go into further later, but just putting that out there is that you just really want to at least start showing up. That's all on you. The first two is all on you. Show up, deliver. I guess deliver, actually, when we're working together, I can help you out with that. It's kind of both of us, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do the first two before you can get to the engagement part. So anyway, that's why Facebook Live is important. That's why I highly suggest that you start doing it if you haven't. I would love for you to tag me on socials just so I can see you pop up in my newsfeed if you're starting to do this. I actually had a previous client yesterday post, and I actually reshared it on my personal, but she had posted, that asking the question to others, who else has been inspired by Ed's live to go live for the first time? Because when we were working together, we got her to go live for the very first time, and it was super, super cool. It's a powerful moment, both at the first time, and in my case, I love seeing it every time. For you as well as for me, it's so much fun to see you guys show up in the newsfeed, both on Facebook and anywhere else. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. If you need anything, use that link in the description. Let's get on a call. If you need to message me here on Facebook, feel free, and we'll go from there. But the message is, start going live. That's a big one. And if you need help, reach out, because I know that it sounds simple. You just hit that go live button, but trust me, there's so much more to it. And that's just the starting point. We want to make sure that we get you the whole picture, which is what we teach inside of Coaches Go Live. We want to get you that beginning, middle, and end, right? And we've structured it in a way that makes it easy for you to not only learn, but implement, and have me right there by your side for it. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, morning, night, wherever you're at. And we'll see you again later. Take care, everyone.